What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just doing an easy tag video. I saw this over on the Princess of Paperbacks channel and I will link down her video because hers is the original video. This is the stay at home book tag and I actually haven't looked at the questions yet. Like I saw this book tag because I actually looked up like quarantine book tag or something because I wanted to do something just like this. But I found this one and I didn't really look through the questions. So we're gonna do this on camera. I mean, I have to find the answers because I have not prepared for this. Okay, so prompt number one is laying in bed, a book you could / have read in a day. I guess I'll answer this in two parts. I'll do a book that I could read in a day and then a book that I have read in a day because I have both of those. So a book that I have read in a day and it's like the most memorable in my opinion was Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. I know you guys are probably so sick and tired of hearing me like say this book title, but I loved this book. This book is what made me like get into reading. It's what made me know that like thrillers, specifically like psychological domestic thrillers, are like the things that I love the most. And so I remember getting this book from the library, not really knowing much else about it, and sitting down and starting to read it in the afternoon. And I think I got up to like pee a couple times, but like I did not do anything else. I legit read that book until it was finished in the evening. And I remember just like loving it and raving about it ever since. A book that I could read in a day, I'm gonna pull from actually my TBR for May. So I'm pretty sure I could read The Guest List in a day. This book is not like super large or anything. Plus everyone has been raving about this book, giving it 5 stars, which I hope doesn't mess up my experience reading it. But I believe that I could probably read this like in a whole day if I stopped playing Animal Crossing. Okay, question number 2, snacking. Guilty pleasure book. What is a guilty pleasure book? I guess I'm going to just go with like a romance for this one. And I would go with either Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas or The Bromance Book Club by Alyssa K. Adams. Both of those were, in my opinion, like guilty pleasures because they're like, you know, romance books with a little bit of smut and stuff in it, but there's actual like a deep relationship in both of those. For Birthday Girl, it's more taboo romance, it's an age gap, whereas The Bromance Book Club is about a married couple who is getting a divorce and they decide to kind of reconcile throughout the book, and so it's like the husband's trying to like, you know, put the marriage back together. So both of those are guilty pleasures. They're also like really fast reads. You could definitely read these during the quarantine time. Okay, number 2, Netflix, a series you want to start. That's 0. I do not read a series at all. Like I have no series on my shelf back here. Like I think I have the 3rd book of the Caraval series. So I read Caraval, I read Legendary, and I do have Finale. I got it from Book Outlet, and so I still have to read the 3rd book of that series. But other than that, I do not own any series on my bookshelves. I am not a series person. I run far, far away from them because I can never finish them. Okay, question number 4, I think. Deep Clean, been on your TBR for ages. That's so many books, oh my gosh. Hold on, let me find one. Okay, I'm gonna go with Never Never by Colleen Hoover and Taryn Fisher. I only did just recently like get this physical copy, I think during Christmas time, but this actual book has been on my TBR for a really long time because when I first got into reading a couple years ago, Colleen Hoover was the first romance book that I read, and of course I loved it, and I ended up starting to go through all of her books and read like all of her books. I've been obsessed with Colleen Hoover, and this is one that I just haven't gotten to yet. One of the reasons was because like I only had it, I think it was on scribd, like scribd has an ebook form I think, but then I am a big like physical person copy, and I just kept not getting the physical copy, kept not getting it. My library didn't have it, and then finally someone gifted this to me for Christmas, and then it still sat on my TBR, like it's still on my shelf. So I definitely need to actually read this book. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with like all the books that are on my shelf and I forget which ones I'm like the most excited for. So I really want to try to fit this in this summer because it's not too big, and of course I love Colleen Hoover. Okay, question number 5, I think. I should just stop counting. Animal Crossing. A book you recently bought because of the hype. Ooh, okay. So the books I'm going to mention aren't necessarily bought because I haven't bought any books this year for myself. I usually swap or get gifted copies, but most of the time it's like swapping. And so I have a couple of those actually. So we talked about the guest list. That's definitely on there. I got this because of the hype. I also got the Grace Year because of the hype. And both of these are on my TBR like currently for May. So this is my spoiler vlog. This is my live show with Zoe here at the end of the month on the 25th. So you should definitely read both of these if you haven't yet. And then I also swapped for Long Bright River because this has been so hyped up. This is actually a pretty big book though. So I have no clue when I'm going to actually get to this one. And then another big book that I actually got gifted this one, but I wanted it really badly because of the hype, is A Little Life. So yeah, literally these are all the books that I like got recently because of the hype, plus Animal Crossing because I just got that like a week and a half ago, and that was totally because of the hype. And it's lived up to its name, so I'm very glad. Next question, productivity. A book that had an impact on you or that you learned from. So for this, I actually want to talk about a book I haven't completely finished yet, but it's more of like a devotional slash workbook type of thing. And that's the Couples Devotional by #StayMarried. Now this is actually like, I'm not super far, but I've actually been doing it for about 10 weeks now. This is a marriage devotional, so you only do one little chapter every week. And then they also have a podcast, which is the #StayMarried podcast. I will try and link all this stuff down below for you guys, but I listen to one podcast episode a week and do one of these chapters, and my husband actually does it along with me. So he listens to a podcast, like the same podcast episode, and then we do the chapter like together. We read it separately, but then there's like 4 discussion questions and we do those together. I have loved this book so much. I've gotten a lot of my friends to do it with me, and it has been like one of the best marriage books I've ever done because it's totally different. Like, I like the book, but I highly suggest the podcast. So if you can't buy the book currently right now, I highly suggest going onto the website and listening to the podcast because it's totally free. And I feel like you even get more information from the podcast, but it's so good. It talks about so much communication, and I feel like they're such a real and honest couple. Like, they're totally genuine. It's not like they're telling you like, you're a bad person, like you need to change, like you're such a bad wife or husband or whatever. They're like, wow, yeah, we do this too. We should probably take our tips and change this. And they give you like different scenarios in their podcast. It's really awesome. I highly suggest getting this book and or listening to the podcast because it's amazing. Okay, next question, FaceTime, a book you were gifted. That is a lot of books that I own actually, but one that I'm currently reading right now that I was gifted is I'm Thinking of Ending Things. This is a very tiny book, but I am 100 pages in. I could have finished it in a day, but you know, like I said, Animal Crossing life. But this is a weird, I don't actually know what it is about. I'm 100 pages in and it's really weird, but it's like a horror novel, but a like psychological thriller, and I have no clue how to even explain what this is yet because I'm not finished and I still don't know what's going on even though I'm halfway through the book. So we're just gonna move on. Okay, self-care. What is one thing you have done recently to look after yourself? Am I supposed to answer this like actually or from a book?
Okay, the last prompt is self-care, and that is to name one thing you have done recently to look after yourself. For me, that is that I've actually started exercising again.
Okay. So it's not about books at all, but the one thing that I have been doing recently to look after myself is getting ready actually, which you guys can tell. A lot of you guys have like said in my videos that I've been looking really great recently, and that's because normally I like put on makeup when I go to work, and then anytime I'm at home, I'm just like, ugh, I do not want to wear makeup. And I mean, there's plenty of times where I go to work and I don't wear makeup either, but usually just don't feel like getting ready because I feel like it's like being wasted at work or whatever it is. And so then I look like a bum at home. And you guys have seen some of my videos where I like don't do my hair and stuff, I leave it naturally, but I recently just started, like I learned how to curl my hair the way that I want. And even though I have it up in a ponytail, I actually have a tutorial, which I will link right here for you guys because it's on my main channel, of how to curl your hair like the way that I have it in my other videos where like my hair is down. I'll try and pop a picture picture right here for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I curl my hair, I put makeup on, I wear nice clothes, or like still comfortable clothes. Like I actually have leggings on, like you guys can't see, but I live in leggings. So I have a nice shirt on, still leggings, so I'm comfortable, but I try to be like cute and comfortable, if that makes any sense. I mean, I also have put together like a little quarantine routine for myself, which you would see in my plan with me. So I'll have that linked above and down below and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I actually really care about, you know, like routines and stuff like that. So that's kind of that's more than one thing, but it's fine. Hopefully you can just pick from one of those and do the same thing. Okay, and then last but not least, it says bonus, name a book coming out soon. And I know there are a lot of books coming out soon, and I want to make a video very shortly about the like second half of the year books that I'm anticipating, but I don't want to like do it yet. But I know that one that I'm very excited for is Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. And I know that I've said this in my last tag video, but like I am super hyped for this book, and I really want to get my hands on an ARC if possible. Like I just want it so badly. And so I cannot wait. It's a survival, like apocalyptic zombie story, and I'm here for that. I am like so excited because I love The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. And so yeah, I just like cannot wait for that book to come out, and I'm just so excited. But let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to make that like most anticipated book video, you know, where it's like the second half of the year, like my most anticipated books. I will definitely do that very soon for you guys. And yeah, that's it. That's all for this video. I'm actually going to tag a bunch of my booktube friends. There's so many, so I don't want to like forget somebody if I name them, but all their names are going to be down below. So if you're watching this video, you're probably tagged down below, so you should definitely go see in the description box and then create this video also, and let me know also like on Instagram or something. And even if you're not tagged below and you want to recreate this video, like just tag me on Instagram so I can go watch your video, because yeah, I want to. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this tag video. I had a lot of fun. I do kind of like these tags because I feel like you get to know my taste of books depending upon certain answers, so they're really fun for me. That's it. I have nothing else to talk about, so I will see you guys very soon in Saturday's video. Bye everyone.